boy Big Baby Miller here. Listen, we knocking on all bums. First it's gonna be Dylan White, if it's gonna be Joseph Parker. But you know who got the story right? Mr. Boxing Today. You check him out. He got all the latest news on the heavyweight division. And if you don't know me, you soon will, because I'm kicking everybody.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, so I'm back with some news you can use concerning the heavyweight division. And I'm going to do an update on Trey Lippe Morrison, man. I seen this 5 hours ago on his Instagram account. A lot of you heavyweight fans out there have been asking me about Trey Lippe Morrison, the 16-0 with 16 knockouts, son of Tommy Morrison. Last I checked, he was training with Freddie Roach, and I thought Freddie Roach was doing a really good job with Trey, man. Had him looking really sharp, using his jab a lot more. I know he has a good left hook, you know, kind of reminiscent of his father, but I thought Freddie Roach doing a good job of having him work his jab, and he looked to be in better, looks slimmer and a lot better condition-wise with Freddie, in my opinion, with his fights with Freddie, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and play this video of what Trey Lippe Morrison was up to about 5 hours ago, then I'm gonna come back. All right.
Good technique. Don't get tired, lazy. Keep it tight. There you go. One minute. Push, push, push. Hands up, hands up. Hands up. Defend yourself. Long, late rounds, late rounds, late rounds. Championship rounds. Hands up, hands up. Keep that tight.
All right, so you guys get the gist of what's going on, man. Trey's in the gym. Look like he's working with a strength and conditioning coach, working on that core, working on those legs. As you hear the trainer say, you know, trying to mimic late rounds when your legs get tired and you feel like you're damn near, you know what I mean, planted in wet cement and it's drying up. You can't go nowhere. Your lungs, you know, seem like you can't open up enough for you to breathe. Just trying to simulate that type of action in a fight. All right, so I do like the fact that he is training, because I hadn't heard from him in a while, man, but I like the fact that he is training. And if you go here, and that's his caption right there, but there was a fan that left a question in the comments of that, and the fan was asking when you next fighting, and he answered the fan by saying nothing set in stone, brother, but trying to March in April. All right, so hopefully we see Trey Lippe Morrison back in the ring March or April, because he's another heavy-handed contender that, you know, we can throw him in the mix with Frank Sanchez and Michael Polite Coffey and Jermaine Franklin, and the list goes on and on. Even if he doesn't fight a guy like that, shit, Gerald Washington, Brian Jennings, anybody. You know, I would love to see Trey in there fighting any of those guys, man. Heavy hands, has a good left hook. He's only 30, I think he's 31 years old. So even though he, the last few years from him, he hasn't been as active as I would, you know, believe that he would want to be. And he hasn't gotten the names that I believe that he wants in the ring. All right. But he's about 6'3", about 225, man. I think he's at his best when around that 225, 230. His last fight was against Pedro Martinez in 2019, as you see here on BoxRec. And then Byron Poli, 2018. Then 2018, he also fought Ortega. 2016, he fought Ty Cobb. Now, his most memorable fight that most fans remember was a fight he had against Ed Lattimore in September 2016. They fought on Showbox, and he scored a knockout. It was down there in that casino down there in Oklahoma, and he had a nice little crowd. Even though it was a little small casino room, he had a nice crowd cheering for him, man. They were going crazy for Trey. You know what I mean? So can't wait to see him back in the ring, man. I know 2017 was an injury-prone year for him. He suffered a nasty gash over his eye that made him sit out. And then I believe, it's not written, don't write this in stone, but I believe he broke his hand as well. There was another, I think it was a hand injury as well. That he broke his hand or something like that, man. So a lot of injuries that year for him, man. So hopefully he can get back on track. I know 2020, we had COVID, it's still going on, but you know, a lot of people, you know, in different sports playing in the bubble. He didn't fight in the bubble last year. So hopefully we see him this year, man. The last I checked, after his Ed Lattimore fight, he has some networks on the line that wanted his next fight. Showtime was one of them, and there was a few more networks. I remember doing a video about that. It's here on YouTube, and then he started suffering all the injuries, all right? But 16-0, man, with 16 knockouts, you know, he keeps himself in condition, good left hook. He has boxing in his blood. I want to see more of him, man, you know? So there we go. Update about Trey Lippe Morrison you guys been asking me about. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I'm gone.